Raiders of the seas, spoilers of the earth, the gods summon you to pursue glory and plunder. Mighty Vikingers, heed the call of your forefathers and escape from the frozen lakes that trap our people. A glorious future awaits us after victory upon our enemies. The world shrinks in fear before the drums of our armies. Let us sack, raise, and conquer whatever stands in our way, and grant our descendants lands to be proud of settling. From this day on, a kingdom of Danes shall rule upon all others. By the beginning of the campaign, the Danes or the Danish tribe are actually facing the end of the Roman Iron Age. This was a period where the Romans and the Danes traded. This was highly beneficial for the Danes as they were recognized as the civilized barbarians of the north, or sort of the civilized barbarians of Scandinavia, as they were the first or the ones that most exploited the trade with the Romans and other neighbors that were more sophisticated. This will actually help them in the future when they unite with the Jutes and they form the Kingdom of Denmark, and so they kick off as well the age of the Vikings. In this land granted to us by our forefathers, we disposed to conquer our neighbors. Thus, to the north we have the settlement of Alabu in the hand of the Jutes. Further north there is Refnesholt in the hand of the Geats, our cousins. To the south we have the Varinians in the settlement of Rugion. They are our enemy and we are at war. They will be the first to face our might, and we shall crush them. We resolve to expand the tribe and feed our people with the construction of a new farmstead, as we require stronger forces and units to vanquish our enemies. My son Lothar will be handed the reins of Skansa. He will ensure this province will prosper and be safe while we are campaigning. He shall also seek a new wife to accompany him in this endeavor. The Geats have resorted to declare war on us, and so we prepare to face these cousins of ours for the dominance of Skansa. A worthy bride has been found for Lothar, Gunhild. She is ambitious, though she will grant her husband great influence, and so he shall take her hand. And so Dan prepares to march from Hafen to Refsnasholt and face the Geats in his way. Dan, or Danr, as we see in the beginning of the campaign, was actually a mythical king of the Danish people. He was actually mentioned in some of the sagas of the Danish people and the Danish tribes. There were other kings as well that have been referred to, but those are mainly fictional kings, mainly mythological kings. And so this is actually like the first real king that is semi-mythological still, but it's we can start to see that it may have been a real one. Their forces are bigger than we expected, but we shall not fear. We shall face them nonetheless. And so in the Battle of Hafen in 395 AD, Dan of the Danes will face the Geats under Gauti. Both the heir and the king of the enemy are in this battle. We shall see who shall come victorious. The enemy reinforcements are coming for the west. We shall resolve to crush them before they can be joined together. Let's face them up front and harass them as we can. And so we have broke the first of their units. The ones that remain will be no match. They break, cower, and run for us. Their front lines are breaking. Focus on their general. If he falls, the day will be ours. Let our cavalry surprise their flank. Let our cavalry stop their arrows from hurling at us and deliver them death. Flank their general. Crush their remaining forces. Our cavalry will break what remains of them. And so the day is ours. A close victory. We face superior numbers, and so our victory is the ever greater. The enemy has not been a match for our brave forces. Although we have suffered as well, they have lost everything. Their dynasty is in shambles, their leaders gone, and so we march on their cities. The term that we come to know as Viking or Vikinger as they will call him were actually a profession. It was not a people. It didn't refer as to the whole of the people in Scandinavia. Being a Vikinger was actually a profession as such, being a raider or being a pirate of the seas. They were a specific kind of raider that only inhabited these lands and were from these parts. They would later play a huge role in European affairs for times to come after the age of Charlemagne, but that is at least 500 years after the beginning of our story. As we prepare to lay siege to the Gede capital, they have decided to go forth and attack our forces in the sea. Let's see whom the gods will favor on this battle. The day is ours. Although we have suffered great losses in our ships, we have been able to repel their aggression. And so we have now finally laid siege to the enemy settlement. We shall take this city and condemn their aggression as they have started this war, but we shall be the ones who end it. With great losses, we have resorted to break the Geats and end them once and for all. We now have a greater control over Skansa. With Refna's hold under our control, we can ensure we will soon be in control of all of the land. With only Alabu standing in our way and the youths seeming weak, we smell the blood and wait for the next season to see what the future prepares for our people. The Angles think they are a threat to us, and so they have decided to wage war upon us. Let's see how this fares for our both peoples, and if this shall mean a new conquest in Frisia for the Danes. We have resolved to make war on the youths, to wrestle the control over all of Skansa, and have a good basis for our new empire. If our ambitions are to be fulfilled, we will need more warriors, and so we have started to raise a new army in Hafen. With the youth's forces gathered in foreign lands, we have resolved to take Alabu easily. With a decisive victory, we now have full control over all of Skansa. With the control of Skansa secure, we can begin to make incursions in other lands and foreign lands to raid, to subjugate, and to conquer as we see fit. The Danish Kingdom stands strong. A new Denmark will begin to rise from the ashes of our enemies' bones. By the end of our campaign, we begin to see what will be the definition of the border for the Danish Kingdom or Denmark. This frontier will be guarded by a set of fortifications called the Dannevirke. It was a set of fortifications that were built by the Danes to guard their border from their southern neighbors. The last actual use of these fortifications would actually be in the Second War of Schleswig in 1864. Hi, Pozo here. I hope you enjoyed the video and consider liking and subscribing. It helps immensely. I also have other videos with historical topics in other regions that may interest you. I suggest you to check them out if you like this one. That would be all for today, and I hope to see you in the next one.